down, drop some amazing nuggets to help facilitate your trading and just be a guide in this space. And along with answering any questions that people have in regards to trading with Surge Trader or using my strategy with, the prop firm. So, glad to have you guys here. Thanks for getting on. People that are returning, welcome back. Super excited to be on here. I always love the morning calls. And, yesterday I believe we had a beautiful call out on USD CAD. And I actually took that trade on the live session with you guys, which is sometimes really rare to see. Sometimes, entry doesn't always play out so beautifully where I'm doing the live session and I can enter while you guys witnessed it live. So, super excited about that to go over that. And I'm just going to run through the market and give you guys a breakdown. I think we still have great volatility going on. I hear people say, well, Q4 is hard to trade. Q4, we shouldn't be trading. All of that's, just trash, right? Like all you need to know is market structure and your patterns and your confirmations. So it doesn't matter what quarter you're in, the market's going to print you a pattern. The only thing that the quarter does change is potential volatility. So in the summer, you do see volatility slow up. Why? Because people that are usually trading are now on vacation, right? So, volatility slows down just a little bit. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get in here and let's check out some news. I always like to start with forexfactory.com. So let's go Forex Factory. All right, guys. So forexfactory.com. Here we are. So it is Wednesday, November 15th. You can see that this morning at 2 a.m. we had GBP news. Coming up at 8:30, which looks like news has already just dropped. So we'll have to glance over there and see what's going on. 8:30, we had tons of USD red folder news. So great news as well if you're trading any USD pairs. And then at 7:30, we do have more odd news again. So guys, if you're trading any USD pairs, if you're trading any odd pairs, this could be potentially something to look out for. And for those who don't know what these folders mean, you have three folders on here. You have yellow, you have orange, you have red. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and then red is high impact, guys. Sometimes high impact it moves, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes low impact makes it move, and the only reason why I like to be wary of the news is just because I need to maybe potentially roll my stops to break even, or do I need to think about scaling out and taking some profits? All of that goes into play. I am not exiting my trade based on news, and I'm not entering right on news. So I'm either in the trade, news drops, so forth, or I'm getting in after news. Yesterday was really unique, and this is why trading's not concrete in this sense. CPI dropped yesterday, and I actually entered on the candle on CPI, which is so rare. But based on my analysis, based on using the dollar index, my edge was built, and I was confident on this trade. And we're up like 2,500 on that trade right now, not even at TP yet. So this is a beautiful way to go into today's session, especially because if you took the trade with me yesterday on the live, it actually played out beautifully. So let's go ahead and swap over to the actual charts. Let's go here. All right, let's go take a look, guys. Beautiful movement in this market. Here is my USD CAD move, but this is the one I want to focus on. So guys, the reason why I sold USD CAD, if we take a look at the DXY, and guys, the DXY is so important to me because it is the indication of what my pairs are going to do based on a USD pair, right? So anytime the dollar index is going up, Euro USD, GBP USD, odd USD, NZD USD are going down. They move against the dollar index, which makes my trading really easy. So if I can look at the dollar index, glance that direction, then I have a really easy job. All right, so here it is. You can see that we printed this new low. And guys, if you guys know my strategy, all I'm doing when I get in this market is hopping into my 4-hour time frame, and I'm identifying a new low or a new high. And that is the basis of my trading. And then I use my confirmations from there. So here it was. There was the new low. And for this, reason, I'm gonna go ahead and slap my confirmations. I don't share these usually on the live Surge Trader call. I like to have incentive for you guys to come into my platform so you guys can really get the education. But for the sake of this, I'll go ahead and share what these confirmations look like. And guys, these confirmations are the confirmations I use every time. Nothing changes. There's so many people that are learning my system that just come in here and do it better than I do, and it's just amazing to watch. It just continues to validate the 5 years of building the system that I devoted to it, right? This wasn't a 2-year system. This isn't a system I acquired from somebody. This is a system that I had to develop based on taking the hits to the chest, based on taking losses, based on blowing account after account. I've done my time, and my time is now supposed to transcend into helping you guys expedite your journeys and do the things that you don't need to do that hurt your trading, right? I'm going to teach you guys what to do and what not to do. So here's a perfect example. So bearish confirmation. So guys, on my bearish confirmation list, you can see that they're grouped out by two sections. I have this section here, and then I have this section here. They're all confirmations, but one is a structure confirmation, which gets me at the edge of my seat. And then the others are price action confirmations, which actually gets me into the market. So let's go ahead and go down the rundown. So new low, check, right? Here's my new low. Pullback, beautiful pullback. I love to see price pullback, guys. I don't sell off lows. I don't buy off highs. I need a pullback. All right, 50%. I like the fib. You don't need the fib in order to use this confirmation, but all it is I look at the push that created the low, I slice it in half, 50%, and that's ideally where I like to see price pull back to. So you don't need the fib to do this, but here it is. There's the fib right there, 50% pullback, break and retouch. So this was my previous lower low that was broken. You can see this acted as support, price came up, ran above the level a little bit, and acted as resistance. So beautiful break and retouch. EMA. So my EMA, guys, all I'm looking for is price to have either created a low or a high above or beneath the EMA. Here's the EMA here, and here's the new low beneath the EMA. So immediately, guys, that's where I just stop for a second and I say, oh my God, all my structure confirmations are there. I tell my students all the time, guys, if you're taking high probability setups, every confirmation will display that's on this list. I promise you. I can't make this up, guys. I've been using this. All right. So there it is. So now what's on my price action, which is getting me into the market list? Establish resistance on the 4 hour. So guys, look at price pull back. We tried to establish some resistance here. We had bullish bearish close, but we couldn't push away from that level. But it's still a level I'm interested in marking off. So let's say I mark this level off right here. All right, so let's take this zone. And I always mark off any form of established resistance trying to take hold, because it's just important to see that um, price can come back underneath just like this. So let's walk through this. All right, established resistance here. Touch, couldn't pull away. Look at price just run back up into this level of liquidity. Because what are people doing, guys? When people are placing these sells, where are people placing their stop losses? They're placing it above the high. So the stop loss will sit right in here in this pocket. That's why they run that level. But look how there's no momentum off this level. Nothing's really occurring, right? We're just kind of dancing along here. So we actually snatch back underneath the level. Beautiful. All right. So the next one is internal break, guys. So when I say internal break, I'm looking for support levels to break on the way down to the low. So let's say low, lower high, low, and this is where we're at. I want to see this pattern on the lower time frames start taking hold. All right, look at all those support to resistance levels starting to take hold. All right, so that's what I mean by internal break. And you can see on the DXY we ended up getting that, which just tells me, man, this thing's bearish. Like there's nothing to buy here. We're extremely bearish. There's the internal break. So here it is. Check it out. We push, we push, we push. We're just still dancing. And then look how we break this level of support right in there that tried to touch, right? If that was valid, we would have bounced here. But instead, we snatched underneath, back underneath the zone, respected it, left a beautiful close and momentum. So let's go back to our confirmation. So far on our price action confirmations, we have established resistance, right? We have internal break, which is my number one price action confirmation. I got some people on the team who just are so good at internal breaks. And they are the key to knowing that this move's going to get going. All right. So then we got equal lower high or lower high, right? So I want to see price close equal to my lower high or just a lower high. And you can see this is the lower high. Beautiful. And now I'm seeing momentum. Look at all these bearish candlesticks push away. So that is how I use my confirmations, guys. And it is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 step process that's going to show up on every high probability trade. All right. So this is one I do want to call out for you guys. This one has my interest. So if you look at odd Swiss franc, you can see that we have pushed down and kind of created this new internal high. So what I want to see here, guys, and I'm going to hop on the 1 hour. We're starting to get this beautiful pullback, which this is like my textbook bread and butter. So guys, if you are interested in potentially taking a trade setup here soon, I would take a look at odd Swiss franc. Notice how when I drop down to the 1 hour, look how we have this new high. So I have closed above this previous high here. We have broken structure. My job now is I'm just going to wait for a bearish bullish candlestick to come into play. And I'm going to enter on this and I'm going to take a buy here. I am very confident in buys here. We're actually setting up beautifully. We're like right in my sweet spot. So guys, for odd Swiss franc, adapt with the markets every time, guys. Yesterday it looked very bearish, right? I was actually in a trade and I got hit out break even on this. I was in a sell from here, right, to continue this structure right in here, right, just to continue that pattern. But price does what price wants to do, guys, and this is why you have to be adaptable. This is why you can't get married to a trade. This is why you can't over leverage your trade, because you have to give yourself room to adapt. All right, so here it is, new high, beautiful. I'm going to wait for this to pull back, guys. All this means is that I can't trade back beneath this low in order for price to remain valid on this internal 1 hour level. All right, so I can come all the way here. I could come all the way here before going back up. Now I just need to see price establish some support. All right, new high, pullback, beautiful. 50%. We're starting to tap into the 50%, new high above the EMA. All right, so now I'll move on to my price action confirmations in just a little bit as this trade continues to print its data. But right now, this is a bearish candlestick. There's nothing for me to do here. USD CAD, this is the one I called yesterday, right off of this. And I mean, it's just tanked, guys. Absolutely gorgeous call. Let's see, let's go 4 hour. Here it was. So this was it. New low, beautiful. Pulled up, rejected, beautiful bearish close, and then we just fell. I'm actually up right now, 103 pips. So this is really my TP1. I want to get there, but again, I'm going to see what price does. Sometimes it's just better to take the profits and not, force this thing. All right, so let me run through here real quick. I know we had a lot of movement. So right now, NZD CAD, another bearish move, right? And we actually just hit the TP. So right now on NZD CAD, I do believe that we could see a beautiful pullback, right? So we have a lot of beautiful trades taking hold here. I really like what I'm seeing. This becomes my last line of defense here because this is the low responsible for this high. And I'm going to change that into my 4 hour last line of defense, guys. So anytime you're marking your zones, whatever time frame you mark the zones on or what time frame, you must respect it as well. So we have this new high, and so this is teeing up. These are my textbook setups, guys, and this is a prime example of yesterday I got knocked out break even because I took the trade like early Monday, and that's not my trading strategy. I don't trade Mondays, so it's always better to wait Tuesday later into the week. But textbook setup coming, guys, and we'll just rinse and repeat just like that. So NZD CAD is on my list, so we're gonna go. Odd Swiss franc is setting up. NZD Swiss CAD is setting up. Nothing here. GBP USD is setting up. I mean, guys, I can't make this up. Let's mark it. All right, new high. So we got like 4 setups going. I'll probably stop here because I don't like to give too many because then you guys don't know where to focus, and then one's playing out while you're missing the other one because you diverted your attention. I don't like to do that to my students too much, guys. I like to keep you guys focused, and it's really like if that trade doesn't play out, then you're on. I'm teaching you how to move on to the next trade, right? So like I'll hand out a trade in my group, give them one trade. That trade setup doesn't play out, I don't just bombard them trying to make up for my ass, right? I will see you next weekend. Like I'll see you next week. I'll post my trade. That's it. I don't want them to get in the habit of, oh my God, this didn't work. I gotta find a trade. There's times, guys, where if I miss my trade, next week I'll see you in the markets. All right, so this is my 4 hour LOLD. All right, there it is, guys. So that's what I'm looking for. I know you guys see the structure right in here. So there it is. We'll mark that. Not gonna mark up too much more of this. All right, so that's really what I'm looking for, guys. So really, you got NZD CAD, GBP USD setting up, and odd Swiss franc setting up. So we really do have a lot of potential to find some incredible movement here. This is looking textbook, guys. If we see a bearish close, which we are most likely gonna 14 minutes, and then a bullish close, we enter. All right, and that's what we'll look for. So guys, you have this analysis, you have the playback. It is on YouTube, so it's not like you're just have to remember all this. You can go back, watch this. With that being said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. plenty of movement in the market. It's time to start getting into the routine and seeing if we can find an entry here. I've given you guys the setups. Guys, if confirmations don't display themselves, you don't trade, all right? If price doesn't hold support here, there's no trade, right? We got to see support. Those price action entry confirmations that I showed you, if you don't remember them, go back and watch this video, guys. I'm handing out things that, I mean, I've spent thousands, and I mean thousands of hours, thousands of dollars, and just trying to build this system for you guys. So go rewatch it and go study what I mean by those price action confirmations, because I'm sure you're going to start to see them play out here in just a little bit. But with that being said, guys, I'm out of here. Much love, blessings. I will catch you guys next Tuesday on the live Surge Trader session, and go be great.